Hey y'all, Ashton here with EXP Realty. In this video, I'm going to break down how to do short-term rentals in Austin. Short-term rentals are typically one of the most lucrative returns on real estate investing. However, they are also one of the more labor-intensive. There is more cleaning involved, there's more liability involved, there's more potential of things that can go wrong, but there's also the possibility of incredibly better returns than typical long-term investing. You want to make sure that you look into whatever the city guidelines are for short-term rental. In Austin, they're no longer issuing short-term rental permits. That doesn't mean people aren't still starting new ones, which is very common, and they're not necessarily supposed to be doing it, but you always want to be doing things on the up and up. Are you in an HOA that doesn't allow short-term rental? All these different things should be considered before putting your house on Airbnb or VRBO or HomeAway or wherever, because at any point you may say, I bought this property but can no longer use it for the purpose that I bought it for, and therefore might be losing money instead of making good money. There are some great advantages to this type of rental. The site that you book through collects all the money up front. They handle any disputes. There's no deposits necessary and all that kind of stuff. They provide insurance for each tenant that comes in, and in reality can be a great lucrative opportunity for you and your family. Another benefit is that you get to use the unit whenever you want. So if you have a unit in Colorado or Galveston or California or New York City or Florida, you guys can go use these properties as they appreciate in value, and you're making a good return on your investment every single month through renting it out. And of course, with any rental that you have, I totally recommend dolling it out to the nines, making sure the power washing is done, the painting's done, everything looks great so that when you have photos taken, it looks showstopper. I was having a conversation with a client yesterday. The reason they booked one of the rentals that they recently did on Airbnb was because the photos were amazing. Sure, the place was amazing, but you need great photos to really help sell it, because people aren't coming to see them before they rent them. They're booking it online, so you need great photos as usual. What I really recommend doing is selecting an option on Airbnb that says they've verified who this person is with their driver's license. When you select this option, that person has to have uploaded their driver's license and it's been verified by Airbnb so that you know who's staying at your property. If you've got multiple units that you're renting out on the same property, you know who's where, so you know who's liable for different things, as well as it's a safety concern. Also, you want to be very specific in your ad on Airbnb or whatever site you're using for who you're looking for a tenant. Quiet neighborhood, family friendly, all those different things to target who you like to. Sure, you might lose out on a couple listings, but in reality, those people might do more damage to your property than they're worth in the first place. And how do you determine what to charge for your Airbnb? What I do personally, which is not the only way to do this, but I look at all my competition. I type in how many bedrooms do I have, how many people can it sleep, is how Airbnb typically looks at it. And you say, for a comparable home in my area that's actively rented, how much are they charging on a regular basis? I always want to have mine rented. I'm not trying to gouge everybody and get the top of the ceiling and have it vacant more often than I'd like. I'd like to keep my vacancy low and my income high, so I come in right in the middle of what I think fair is. But often my product, because I've done the power washing, I've done the painting, I've done the counters, I've done the things that make it really nice, it's more desirable than the rest of the stuff, and my photos are often much better because I've taken professional photos most Airbnb people don't, and so I am doing a great job to keep mine booked on a continual basis. You need to have somebody who's keeping an eye on the app, because people will inquire about your property. They have a couple questions, or how close is it to this wedding venue or this winery or whatever, so you need somebody who's actively paying attention. Luckily, my wife does this for us. She's great. She vets everybody who's coming in, making sure everybody's on the up and up and everything's all kosher, but she's actively watching this app on a regular basis, just like she would for her text messages or anything normal. It's not anything out of the ordinary, but someone has to be paying attention. There should be somebody designated to handle this stuff. Some more practical tips you want to make sure you do, as I do with my other rentals, is with your homeowner's insurance company. You want to make sure that they know it's a rental. They know it's a short-term rental, because all these different things go into the fees that they charge you. And in reality, you don't want to have something big happen. Sure, there's insurance through Airbnb and all those different sites, but in reality, you never want to get left out in the cold for something that you should have been on the up and up in the front end. Another super helpful tip is when somebody moves out, you want to have an extra set of all the sheets and towels and everything you need ready, so whoever it is that's cleaning the property, if it's somebody you've hired or if it's you or your family, you can go take the old stuff out, put the new stuff in, clean it, and it's ready to go immediately. I also recommend getting quilts instead of fluffy comforters. Fluffy comforters take forever to wash and dry. It's just such a pain. quilts are a lot thinner and way more practical, and you can have extras around and you can use them in different rooms, etc. And so I totally recommend having extra sets of everything so that it makes it a seamless flip when you have one tenant move out and another one coming in. I also recommend getting durable stuff. Spend a little bit more, get a quality product. People appreciate your place and that stuff more, and it lasts a whole lot longer. We also recommend having a well-detailed check-in procedure. Where do they park? What time can they get there? What time's check-in? What time's check-out? What to expect while they're here? Any sort of neighborhood amenities that they should be aware of. We also have a description of where the lockbox is, so when they get here at whatever time, the lights may automatically come on, code box is ready for them, they're ready to check in at any single point. But make sure you're still by your phone to some degree in case they're messaging you, hey, we're having an issue with the code box, or hey, we need this, can you help us? It's helpful to have a quick response because then you get better reviews on these different websites. Each person gives you a review. You give the tenant a review and they give you a review as a host. How good were you? And then upon move out, as I mentioned before, you got to do a deep clean, especially with COVID. Everybody is super concerned about what is clean. But we clean it to the nines, clean all the surfaces, bathrooms, etc. It's not that big a deal. Or you can pay somebody to do it. You want to make sure that whoever you're booking to clean is reliable. The last thing you want to do is have somebody show up and the place hasn't been cleaned from the previous tenant. So make sure you're vetting these people in the front end, etc. This is something that I've been doing for a while. It's super fun. We only do our stuff on the weekends because it's less work, less flipping throughout the week. But I hope you found this video helpful. Again, my name is Ashton with EXP Realty. I would love to help anybody you know buy or sell anything in the greater Austin area. If you have any questions about short-term rental, etc., let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you and your family. Bye.